Good morning. Welcome to this week's Delaware State Chamber of Commerce Legislative Minute. Some people tease me. They say it's a minute, but it's actually 2 minutes. So maybe we'll change it to legislatives. 2 minutes. Anyway, the General Assembly last week was working mostly on bills, as we discussed, that dealt with issues such as guns, which was passed in the Senate, had already passed the House, and discussing both the death penalty and same-sex marriage in the House of Representatives. But there's some issues that have come up in the past week that we're going to pay attention to that are important to the business community. First of all, infrastructure funding. There was a meeting on Thursday of a group of people, developers, business people, some people from government, and also labor unions to discuss how we can increase our infrastructure funding. One, because we have infrastructure needs in the state that need to be done, roads, dams, water, wastewater, things like that, schools, and also we need to put people to work. The key is where do we get the funding, and that's what we're going to look at. We'll be looking at that over the next couple of weeks. We're discussing with the governor's office, and I'll keep you up to date on that. And second, there will be a hearing on Tuesday down in DEVREC headquarters in Dover on water runoff regulations. Something's been developing for 9 years, instigated by the flooding in Stanton just about 11 years ago. The people who support this would like to see regulations that would prevent flooding in the event of a 100-year storm, a storm that happened every 100 years, while those who oppose the regulations find them to be too stringent in the fact that, especially with the economy slow, the housing market anemic, this would put even more cost and put a damper on further development. And lastly, Representative Quacco and some other members of the General Assembly, about 5 or 6 of them, put in a bill last week to implement universal health care in Delaware. Essentially, the plan would be that individuals and companies would pay a tax, and for paying that tax, they would be covered. A lot of complications with that. It's an issue we've looked at for a long time on the Health Care Commission. We did a study several years ago. One of the two big issues are, one, how does it fit within the Federal Affordable Care Act? We probably have to, even if we could do it, we probably have to get a waiver to do it. And secondly, a small state. Bottom line, when we looked at it, is we really don't have the funding to do this. It really should be done on a national scale. But we'll be looking at that bill again. Anyway, that's what should be happening this week. I'll update you where we are on these 3 issues as we move along. This is it. Until next week, Rich Heffron. Thank you.